I'm Pastor David Gates, mission pilot and known by most of the young people simply as Uncle David. For the most part of 35 years, I have served the church as a pilot, mechanic, nurse, hospital administrator, advert director, and union department director. I have enjoyed working for the church, and I have been very well treated by my administrators. In 1995, I was assigned a task as a live translator from English into Spanish at the World Congress, the General Conference in Utrecht, Holland. At that Congress, there was a special thing being discussed. It was women's ordination, and for several days, the delegates discussed that. And I listened very carefully because I knew very little about it. I was very surprised to find that those defending the ordination of women used no biblical or spirit of prophecy basis. For a church founded on God's Word, this is very strange and frightening. Eventually, the delegates voted 2-1 not to accept the women's ordination in the church, and that is the official position today of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. During the last 20 years, great controversy over this issue has threatened to tear the church into pieces. It reminds us of 1888, when the church was divided over the subject of God's righteousness by faith. There was tensions, fighting, and a lack of Christian humility among leaders, pastors, and members. The sad result? The church failed to accomplish the mission which God had for it at that time. And now in 2015, we are once again facing a large crisis. Very shortly, at the General Conference in San Antonio, Texas, a vote will be taken to decide whether the church will remain a world church or be broken into pieces. The vote is not this time about women's ordination. That's already been defined, but rather about unity. Will the world church allow each division to decide for itself regarding the question of ordination? If the majority of delegates vote yes, the church will fragment across division lines and set a precedent for future vital issues. We will no longer be a world church with one set of beliefs. The precedent will also be set for the admission of homosexual pastors into the church depending on the political environment of each division. If the majority vote no, the authority of the church and what it believes will remain in the hands of the world body of delegates. The Seventh-day Adventist Church was created by God and specially guided and blessed with a special mission, that of preparing the world for Jesus' soon coming. In order for God to fulfill that mission, He must have a united people worldwide, not divided by divisions. Unity was Jesus' prayer for His church, but to divide and destroy is the enemy's desire. God will intervene to protect His church, and if the delegates vote yes to allow the church to divide, He will intervene with discipline. But if the delegates vote no to maintain unity, He will intervene with a special blessing. Dear delegate, please cast your vote to maintain the unity of the church. Vote no. And if you're not a delegate, please pray and fast that God will carry out His will for His people as we are about to cross the River Jordan and enter the Promised Land. The best days of the church are right before us. Let us be faithful and obedient soldiers and march together in unity under the Supreme Commander, Jesus Christ. God will soon lead us into the Promised Land, and together we will be there. May God bless you richly.